wants you to fight back. God wants you to succeed. God wants you to understand how to win. And we conclude this by just, because if I tell you all of this, I can't back it up with the Bible. You might like, oh, easy for you. Yeah, that's some good psychology teaching. But is there anybody in the Bible who understands that? So many. But let's just quickly take the story of David. David understood understood the mentality of God so deeply. David knows that private practice precedes public performance. David understands that you need to have a relationship with God so that before hard time comes, you know who God is. You understand the heart of God. So that when tough time comes, you can always step on God's side and know that God is for you, not against you. And know the way God sees you, so you can see yourself like that. Over the last 3 weeks, we've covered, I used 1 Samuel chapter 30 to teach you on self-medication. Pastor Grace, ministering 3 weeks ago, used 1 Samuel chapter 30 to teach you how to fulfill prophecy. Strategy for fulfilling prophecy. She taught on that. I want to use the same story of David here to illustrate to you how, when you understand that God wants you to win, you win despite the worst attempt of the enemy. In the story of Ziklag, in chapter 30 of 1 Samuel, here is one of the things you need to understand is how much God loves you. That's the problem we don't understand. We're like, if God loves me, how come I don't have money? If God loves me, how come I'm sick? If God loves me, how come you can fill in the blank? But whatever you are facing does not negate the fact that God loves you. I understand that, and God has given me a lot of peace of mind. I've been married to my wife now for over 19 years. And there are things you do. If your marriage is legal in America, your citizenship and everything should just be smooth sailing. But because of, sometimes God will allow some problem to come into your life to teach you some lesson and to perfect some things in you. And if you are not careful, you look at everybody else who seems to be having it easy in the area you are struggling. And you conclude that if God really loved me, how come He didn't fix this area of my life? But from day one, I understand that God loves me. I always even said, how come of all the Yoruba names, they put, my name is Olufemi Olushola, that how come they said God loves you, God enrich you? How come they gave me those two names? So from day one, I understand that God loves me. So in spite of the persistent problem that I have personally, I never doubted the fact that God loves me. I don't care what you slot into that gap of, if God loves me, why is, whatever that problem is now, settle in your heart that God loves you. Amen. Because when you don't understand that, you focus on that problem. And whatever you focus on get magnified. That's right. If you focus on sickness, the sickness get worse. Because every day you see it getting worse instead of getting better. Whatever you focus get magnified. So whenever we go see our lawyer or whatever, and she give us news or whatever, and my wife want to get discouraged or I want to get discouraged, we have a way of strengthening one another. So you know what? God is in control. God will take care of this in His time. Not in our time, in His time. So whatever you are going through now, and you are doing your best, and it's not being taken care of, know that God will take care of it in His time for His maximum glory. Your duty is to stand. David was promised that he would be a king. He was anointed in the presence of his brothers. He did not do anything to cause problem for anybody. What he did was to kill the enemy of Israel. And then people were celebrating him. They said, wow, David has killed 10,000 and the king only killed 1,000. The king got mad. And the king wanted to kill him. And the king was after him. And David made the worst mistake of his life.